Hi, I'm Dave Hunkley, Chief Strategy Officer at Finzly. Finzly Bank OS is banking at fintech speed. Cloud technologies drive the fintech economy. New products are launched in weeks and scaled in minutes. Unfortunately, many banks and credit unions are still running legacy systems and can't innovate fast enough to compete and win. Finzly Bank OS is the one platform you need to accelerate innovation. Deliver digital, engaging experiences that your customers love. Simplify payments in your back office and easily connect to new innovations that you see here at Finovate. Finzly Bank OS brings the world of fintech to you right now. Accenture says rip and replace of legacy systems isn't practical in terms of time, cost, and sustainability, especially when market expectations are high. They recommend a component-based incremental approach to solve this problem. With Finzly Bank OS, banks subscribe, try, and launch plug-in apps that shift the workload off of legacy core systems, one app or one department at a time. Finzly CTO Terry Howe will now demonstrate how Finzly makes it possible to launch new products at fintech speed. Terry?
Thanks, Dave. Subscribe, try, and launch is our mission. I'm going to show you how easily you can subscribe, try, and launch a new application in BankOS. Let's first take a look at our Payment Hub app. To subscribe to a new app, I navigate to the Finzly App Store and simply click Subscribe. You now have access to the Finzly Payment Hub. And by default, it comes with pre-established connections with the Federal Reserve, the Clearinghouse, and SWIFT. And with these connections, you can start offering ACH, FedWire, RTP, and SWIFT payments. And if you want to enable other payment options, it's an easy configuration to turn it on. And when FedNow is available, it will be a simple configuration change, a test, and then you're in business. It has never been possible to launch a new product this fast. What you've just seen is that you got a fully connected sandbox system for Payment Hub with a click. This is absolutely revolutionary.
Wow, it looks like a game changer, Terry. So tell me, how are you guys pulling this off?
Yeah, Greg, it's really difficult for banks to innovate, and they continue to have to patch their legacy platforms whenever they have to add a new product. Our Bank OS is built cloud first using microservices and app-based technologies, along with providing an open banking APIs and support. It's completely supported with detailed documentation. All of our apps run on top of your core using our lightweight core plugin, and it shifts workload to the Bank OS, making your core limitations irrelevant. And Bank OS provides the payment, the accounting, the audit, the entitlements, security, and everything required for a banking application. And our APIs enable the future of embedded banking where your customers can embed payments directly into their apps. Now, let me show you more of the Finzly App Store. The Finzly App Store is divided into two marketplaces: internal bank apps for your back office and digital banking apps for your customers. The internal bank apps drive the automation and transformation of your bank's back office. And Finzly's App Store has many of our own apps ready to go. And you saw earlier that we launched the Payment Hub. Well, we have other apps like OFAC Compliance, or a foreign exchange app, or a trade finance app, and we have many more. And you're going to see a lot more apps as we continue to grow and integrate with other third parties. You can subscribe, try, and launch any of these apps. And likewise, Finzly's customer apps drive the transformation of the customer experience. Here you can see both apps from both Finzly and other third parties. Finzly has digital account opening, an open banking API, accounts activity app, and a payments app. So why is all of this so important? The days of the one-size-fits-all online offering, it just doesn't work anymore. And differentiating yourself is so critical. And every customer is different, and their needs are different. And it's time to capture those opportunities with a differentiated banking experience. There's so many different customer types out there, such as gig workers, municipalities, property managers, and more. And it's hard to just give one solution that truly fits all of them. You see, at Finzly, we're providing options and the freedom to choose. We're not just limiting solutions to Finzly, but we're making it easy for you to leverage other solutions to meet your customers' needs. For example, LendSmart is a mortgage and refinance application processing app. You have an option to offer this product with Bank OS. Simply subscribe, try, and launch. And you can think of Finzly as an accelerator to incorporate many of the solutions that you see here at Finovate into your bank. And now that you have subscribed to a few digital banking apps, let's assign some apps to one of your customers. When I find and update the customer record in BankOS, I select which digital banking apps to launch for them. Property management companies could have one set of apps, and homeowners associations could have another, and municipalities could have their own, and you could go on and on with this. And not only are we giving your bank the freedom of choice, but we are extending that model to your customers.
So I love that freedom for banks and the tailored customer offering that you guys are putting together. It looks to me like Finzly could bring all the fintechs here at Finovate under one umbrella. Can you show me what a customer experience looks like?
You're exactly right, Greg. And let's go into the tailored customer experience now. Let's take a look at what a property management company would experience when managing multiple homeowner associations. First, our digital platform is omni-channel with support for desktop, mobile browser, and our native mobile app, which uses the latest in BioAuth. This is really important because you get to invest in an app once, but it runs on all devices. And as I access my online banking, you can see that my experience as a property manager is fully tailored to my need. The dynamic menu system on the left, which is rendered for this specific customer based on the apps that you launched in our previous step. And as a property manager, I'm responsible for managing multiple homeowner associations. I don't want to log in to each and every HOA account to manage their finances. I need a single login. You see, Finzly provides out-of-the-box support for multi-party management. And so let's also say that I want to give certain access to a few of the other users that are on my team. Our user admin app allows me to create roles, users, and limits by transaction per day or per month. And I can even restrict account access to specific accounts for certain users. Also, remember LendSmart. Well, it's available embedded into our own digital experience. And with LendSmart available in the BankOS, this customer can launch a new loan application. You see, Finzly does not limit, but rather we give you the freedom to choose other third parties to support your banking needs. Subscribe, try, and launch.
Excellent. Thanks, Terry. So I've got a couple questions for you guys, if you don't mind. Dave, first one for you.
Sure.
It sounds like the financial institutions can subscribe to services that Finzly develops in addition to those created by a third party. So what should we be thinking about right now?
That's exactly right, Greg. Banks and credit unions can leverage Finzly's platform and apps to innovate in areas that matter now. RTP and digital account opening are two great examples. Meanwhile, when you think about new fintechs, they're capturing millions of customers because they've created a more engaging experience and an easier way to do business. Banks can embrace these fintechs when it makes sense, and Finzly BankOS makes integrating these fintechs a lot easier. The example that Terry showed with LendSmart is just one of many great examples. Institutions can offer an online mortgage app without having to build it themselves or spend years trying to implement it on their own.
Great. So Terry, one for you then. I think this is probably something that a lot of the financial institutions watching this are going to be interested in hearing more about. But how do you integrate with the core? Can you talk a little bit more about the relationship there?
Yeah, sure. So we have a light core plugin that's core agnostic. And we're taking the workload off the core and we interface with the core for only accounting purposes. So that shifts the innovation layer over to the BankOS. And it gives you the freedom to choose the applications from Finzly or other third parties. And also allows you to innovate at speed much, much faster.
Great. So Dave, last one, and then I'll turn it over to you for kind of your closing thoughts there. But why haven't banks and credit unions just replaced their cores already so that they can innovate faster?
Well, every CEO we speak with is concerned about the cost, the time, and the risk of replacing these decades-old systems. So they'd rather stay put or transition to new solutions over time, and they know that they have to innovate faster. Finzly BankOS eliminates the risk and makes this transition to newer technologies much more achievable. The beauty is that Finzly BankOS works with new core systems as well as legacy systems. And in closing,
Excellent.
with Finzly BankOS, you'll get more mileage from your existing technology investments while innovating in the areas that matter. You'll simplify how you engage with your customers. You can move beyond one-size-fits-all products. You'll streamline payment operations and back-office processes. You'll be able to capture new market opportunities through specialized banking services that are offered through Finzly and the most innovative fintechs. Please connect with us in the virtual booth or at Finzly.com, and we can discuss the transformative power of Finzly Bank OS. Subscribe, try, launch.